The Mountaineers look to stay undefeated at home and in the conference today in a Saturday matinee against the Troy Trojans. I'm Joshua Cormar alongside Appalachian State head coach Angel Elderkin. Coach, your team got a big win against previously unbeaten South Alabama on Thursday. Talk about that win, what you saw from the offense, defense, and just the ability for the team to once again close out games in the fourth.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that we were able to kind of unpack as a team was our ability to kind of stay together throughout the game. There was a lot of really good communication from our team in terms of what we needed to do defensively and what we needed to do offensively. So just in terms of being able to execute a game plan for 40 minutes and not really look at the score. You know, when you go back and watch the game, and it's like, wow, we got down 10 and we were down 9 and then we cut it to 5. And every time they hit a big shot, we never let it deflate us. You know, we just kept executing and kept doing what we do. And I was just really proud of our team's effort and their focus.
You said over the Christmas break you wanted to put an emphasis on defense. I thought the defense played well on Thursday. They created a lot more turnovers than they have in previous games. Talk about just the defense in general.
Yeah, I think Pre Stanley really set the tone. She was our kind of pirate, what we call it. She picks up the ball in the backcourt. She was able to get a couple steals just doing that. And then I thought off the ball, our activity and our gap, something we've been stressing, who we were going to dig off of, how we were going to create turnovers, what we were going to do to create steals, and then just our ability to secure loose balls. And those were all focus points. And instead of just talking about it with our team, I think we took some time over the break to really show them and really work through what it is we want, and I thought they did a good job of executing.
You said coming into the South Alabama game that it was going to be a measuring stick type of game. What do you think that game can do for your team, how you see them now, and really the team sees themselves going forward and their expectation for the rest of the conference season?
I think it's going to give us confidence, and I think it has given us confidence to be able to play that way. We were matched up. That was a me versus you. Every position we were equally matched. And you know, you play that game 10 times. Do you win all 10? That's really hard to say. So I think for our team that they understand when they're focused, when they're on the same page, and when they continue to execute and they just play hard, good things will happen. So I think for us, it does give us confidence in it. But with the Sun Belt, you know, it's such a short turnaround. And then you have to come in and have a completely different game plan for a different team. And so one of my big concerns is, can we emotionally detach, put South Alabama in the rear view, and continue to look forward? And
that leads me to my next question. How can you as a coach try and shift the team's focus that way and get the team ready? Of course, you had a practice yesterday. If you could explain maybe a little bit of what you went through in that practice, and just, it's still a young team, and we saw this last year, and even the last couple of games, you've alternated wins and losses. So how can the team continue to grow and just shift their focus completely towards Troy?
Yeah, we took a little bit of a different approach. Generally, we've been going into the film and we've been showing them the clips versus South Al, and then we'll move to Troy. Yesterday, I talked about our game goals, and, you know, we achieved 8 of them, and I talked about why. And then I just called on 3 players to speak about their performances and things that we've been stressing. So, Lainey Gosnell, what did it take for you to have that mental toughness to go 0 for 5 and then turn around and score 18? LaPrecia Stanley, what was different for you that you just came out right from the jump, start to finish, ready to play? You know, and then Maddie, I asked to talk about the adversity in the mask and just different things. And I thought that discussion that we had as a group is more powerful than anything they could see on film. And it was a great discussion, and I think those are the things that as a coach I have to continue to keep learning about our team, because if I can continue to get Lainey to have mental toughness, and Maddie to play through adversity, and Pre to always be ready, and then Bailey to not back down to a big post player, I think we're going to continue to get better, because when each player brings what they bring, we could be a very good team.
Before the South Alabama game, we talked about a couple players you wanted to see really have a good game. Bailey and Lainey were 2 of them, and they really did have great games. What are a couple players you're looking at to maybe step it up offensively and defensively and just have a good all-around game?
For tonight, I think our biggest task is that we're going to have to play more than our normal 7. And so when like a Brooke Biggett's name gets called and Nicole Matthews, they got to be solid for us off the bench. They got to be able to come in, give us 2 hard minutes, not turn the ball over, get us in our offense, make a shot, get an assist, but there can't be these 6-point swings when we sub. I think the same can be said for our post game. Maya Calder had a great showing against Troy last year. Hopefully she can come in and give us more. So those minutes like Tierra and Nick and Maya, they had 12 and 13 minutes against South Al. Those minutes got to be 20 if we're going to win, because we're going to need to keep our guys fresh. We're going to need to keep going in and out, and they're going to have to be productive in those minutes today.
Troy is second record-wise behind South Alabama, but they may honestly be an all-around better team than South Alabama. They do a lot of great things, rebounding. They're first in the nation, one of the top in the nation in turnovers, 3-point defending, a lot of things that your team does and has struggled with in the past. How can you turn those strengths of Troy into weaknesses today?
I think we have to look at Troy, and we play fast. I mean, they're 4th in the country, we're 19th. And to be honest with you, for me, having awareness of our team, they're better at it than us right now. I want our kids on misses to get out and run, because we need that 20 points a game that we've been getting. We count on that. But on makes, I think you're going to see us slow it down a little bit more today, force them to have to defend us in the half court and execute. I told our team, if you take 10 seconds to get into our half-court offense, you take away 2 points for Troy, because they want to shoot the ball between 30 and 20 seconds. So if we can continue to slow it down, execute in the half-court, and force, take those 2-pointers away from them and keep this game in the 60s and 70s, we put ourselves in position to win.
Your team is 1-0 in the Sun Belt, undefeated at home as well. It's a quick turnaround. What are some of your final thoughts for today's game?
I said it to you earlier, win or lose, today's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to have an emotional win and see how a young team bounces back. It's an opportunity to play against the top rebounding team in the country, place where I want to be. We're right behind them in the league. Can we go toe-to-toe with them in the rebounding? And then lastly is value in the basketball. I've talked about it since last season. How are we going to eliminate these turnovers? Our team has done a good job. But, we go to Clemson, we have 25. We play a team that presses. How are we going to respond? So win or lose, there's a huge opportunity in the early months of January, early days of January, for our team to get better, and that's what I'm looking to do today, is get better.
Well, thank you, Coach, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.